have heard of the legendary motivator Zig Ziglar. Well, his niece has taken that family spirit and she is helping kids learn how to shine. Part of the way of doing that is by this series called Shine Bright. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so glad to meet you. I've always been a big fan of
thank you.
Of your uncle.
Well, he was quite inspirational.
Absolutely, and still is to this day.
Absolutely.
And I love that you have taken the spirit and moved it into children's books, which is really the essence of what we should be doing, instilling these things into our kids. How did you decide to do this?
Well, it's a long story, but several years ago I actually got involved with a financial literacy program for first and second graders. Mm-hmm. And through my work as a financial planner, I realized that the money was really important, teaching them budgeting and saving and investing.
Right.
But really the bigger challenge we have as parents is teaching our children to think beyond the moment, helping them think about the consequences of their actions and just to start planning ahead a little bit better. And I wrote a story, Can't Wait Willow, which was the first book. Which is
this first one right here.
First book in the Shine Bright Kids series about a little girl who has so much fun on her way to the circus that she runs out of time and money and misses the show. And that expanded into, well, what are some other life lessons that we want to teach our young ones?
Yes.
And I think one of the greatest challenges in our consumer society is just a focus on people instead of things.
Right.
How do we teach our kids that it's fun to get a new thing, but that's not what ultimately makes us happy? So the story of Must Have Marvin came about.
And so this is the second one.
So the second book, Must Have Marvin, just released this month. So it's just come out, and again, teaching that people matter more than things.
Okay, so you're writing them, and then you've hired an illustrator.
We do. Ideals is the publisher. They're in Nashville, actually.
Okay.
But it's for little guys. So, starting preschool to third grade, young ones. So
I wish we had had something like this when my big ones were little, because I think this would have been a wonderful way to start interjecting some of those positive messages that you really do carry on throughout your whole life.
Well, it is. It's the life skills, and that was, as a mom, we all want to instill those early choices and habits, and just teach our kids that it does matter what they do, even in their worlds.
Yes.
The choices they make of to listen or take care of their things, to eat everything on their plate if that's what they're supposed to do, that there's an outcome associated with that.
Now, were some of Zig's messages really kind of influencing you were there any specifics that you took and kind of made sure they were into these books?
Well, absolutely. So when I first started thinking about all these stories, it was kind of a middle of the night moment where I had that, wait a minute, all these lessons that I'm trying to teach the little kids, these are the same life lessons that my Uncle Zig spent his life teaching adults. Hard work, perseverance, having a positive attitude, honesty, integrity. So why not see if I can find a favorite Zig quote and put it with every story? And in the case of Must Have Marvin, it's one of his probably most famous, which you can have everything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want.
And I love that quote because I really believe he was dead on. You have to help others first.
Absolutely, yeah.
You had put a really neat little forward here, or a note actually, to the grown-ups, which is great to kind of help set the tone for the parents as they're reading this book.
Well, it is the goal of the Shine Bright Kids series is help every kid shine their brightest, reach their full potential. So, for grown-ups, that means, I think, talking about these things every day. We've actually hidden a little star in the illustrations to help with that. So the star shines bright when Marvin makes a good choice and then looks sad when maybe he's not making the best choice. So you can talk with your kids about what are the choices you have every day.
Yeah.
What can you do differently?
Okay, so you have 2 out already.
Yes.
And what do you think how many more do you think you'll add?
Well, there's 6 right now in total.
Okay.
The next book will be released next spring. It's Whatever Wanda, and she has a little bit of an attitude. So she needs to learn how to make some different choices around how she responds to things. But yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. I'm just hoping to provide parents some tools to have these meaningful conversations every day.
Well, you definitely are. Christy, I can't thank you enough for bringing this and for helping us learn how to encourage our children in the way they should go.
Well,
so when they're old, they will not
much.
depart from it, right?
That is the goal.
Okay, you can pick up a copy of Christy's book wherever you buy your favorite reads.